Hey, what's going on, YouTube? How are you? How was your Thanksgiving? I hope it was as good as mine. I had a really good time, other than having to work this morning and stuff like that. But whatever. Had some really great Thanksgiving food, all kinds of stuff. It was really good, and again, I hope yours was good as well. Let's jump right into Todd Standing. So he just came out with a new video on YouTube that I just saw, and I want to address it. I got some really mixed stuff last time. I mentioned that I tend to lean towards kind of believing some of his footage. It's very convincing, you guys, if you're one of those who has seen it or has heard things that this guy's a fraud or a hoaxer or he's faking all this stuff, or possibly maybe in the past he had, and I got some really mixed feedback on it, but I want to bring it up again because I think that it's worth talking about. So, of course, let me get my notes. So, the first thing that I wrote down here. So, his new video, he talks about that he has taken uh, he's starting a new thing. It's called the Discovering Bigfoot Research Center. He's doing this in British Columbia. And I guess the video kind of feels like possibly he's talking about donations and stuff like that, so he can raise the money to continue funding his research as well as to help him out with his court case. So he talks about that he's taken scientists and PhDs and researchers out in the field, and they've experienced live interactions, or they have actually had sightings, a lot of stuff that he's claiming. So I don't want to go on the books as saying one way or the other. I lean towards, I like his stuff. I really like his footage that he's got. It's convincing. To me, it's convincing. If he's fooling me, then he's fooling me. Then it is what it is. So I won't make excuses for how I feel about the whole thing. But this new place is going to be in British Columbia. It's where he's had most of his success. He's filmed a Sasquatch 6 times, he claims. He's going to have researchers out there year-round documenting breaks, new tracks, interactions, and sightings. And then he talks about for $20 a month, you can support the cause and to help him with lawyer fees and such. So, look, I will repeat, I find his footage really impressive. Some of the stuff, his close-ups of the faces of a couple of Bigfoot are incredible. I've also heard, I've got a couple of comments saying that that's him, that dark black or dark brown haired Bigfoot, the close-up where it blinks and stuff. I've heard people say, well, that's him. Well, I've also seen a breakdown of that, in that his face doesn't fit inside of, inside of, if you, what do you call it, superimpose his face over this dark-haired Sasquatch close-up face, that it doesn't fit. The brow doesn't fit, the mouth to the nose ratio doesn't fit, the span between the eyes don't fit. Whatever. I think you could break it down and make his face fit if you really wanted to. So, I get frustrated, really, because I believe that you can make any of these videos look credible, or just make them break it down and make it look fake. But some are convincing and some are not. I kind of find his stuff to be convincing. That's my opinion. I can have it. Do I think it's 100% legitimate? No, I don't know. I don't know if it is. So it's. I wanted to just touch on that there. Now, again, I know that there are those that believe he's a complete fraud, and I kind of want to say, can you prove that he's a fraud? It's one of those things, you can't prove he's not, but can you prove he is? It's like Sasquatch itself. You can prove Bigfoot, but you can't disprove it. I can't figure a way imaginable where you could prove that Bigfoot does not exist. I guess scientifically you could throw stuff at me and say that it's impossible because of this and that. But again, I want to see his footage disproven. That would convince me but again, that stuff can be faked just like a video can be faked of a real Sasquatch. I believe video can be faked to make his stuff look fake. There, I vented just a little bit. So if he does win, because he's going back to court, he's going to try this again. If he wins in his next court case, will it convince anybody otherwise? Will it convince you? If you're in the camp that his stuff is fake and it's none of it's real, will it convince you if he suddenly wins this court case in British Columbia and it's proven that yes, his footage is real? I think there are those that are so adamant about his stuff not being real that it doesn't make a difference what comes out. People will still believe his stuff is not real. We need a body, guys. I know that that's coming. We need a body, or most people do. I personally don't need a body to know that Bigfoot exists. I haven't never even seen a Bigfoot, and I still am completely convinced that Bigfoot is real. So he seems to have the backing of Dr. Jeff Meldrum and maybe this Dr. Ian Redman. Now about Dr. Jeff Meldrum, I mean, it is possible that Todd Standing, if he's got everybody duped who believes in his stuff and he's got everybody fooled, maybe he's got Dr. Meldrum fooled as well. I don't know. I don't think anybody could really know that except for Todd Standing himself. But I hear him talk about Ian Redman. He's a tropical field biologist and conservationist. His career spans more than 30 years, which he is renowned for his work with gorillas and elephants. He's best known for his work with mountain gorillas. And I got that from Wikipedia. This guy's been around, obviously. And now I don't know that this Ian Redman completely is backing Todd Standing and is in his camp 100%. But he's got enough clout in this area of research to have these serious people, doctors, scientists, PhDs, going out there to at least see what's going on. And I think that's impressive, regardless of what he's doing. If you can get somebody out, I shouldn't say regardless of what he's doing, because if he is faking juking everybody out, and even including these PhDs and scientists and stuff like that, then what do you say to that? What do you say about that? I guess then he's got me fooled, I guess I would say, right? Like I said, I'm not 100% positive about this guy, about his footage, but holy macaroni, does it look convincing. To me, it does. Anyways. So he's going back to court, right? And I really, truly think that Todd Standing believes what he's spouting. I really, truly believe that he is 100% convinced that Sasquatch is real. I can say I don't blame him. I'm convinced Sasquatch is a real creature as well. But I wouldn't take it to court. I don't have the so-called proof that Todd Standing does, or alleged proof that Todd Standing has, but that's a huge undertaking. And what is the reason behind why Todd Standing would do this? And of course, you're going to say it, dinero, mucho dineros. You're going to say it's the money that he's looking for, and it's not fame, you guys. There's no fame in Bigfoot research. I'm sorry, and unless he comes across a body and brings a body to some British Columbia medical science facility, there's no fame here, really. I mean, you're not getting famous off of Bigfoot research. That's my opinion. To me, we know him well because of our interest in the subject. But I don't know about fame. Money, possibly money. What is, and I talk about the end game often. So this guy goes to court, to a British Columbian court, has a judge say, yes, that's it. We're going to make a law to make Bigfoot a protected species. So now what, right? So what does that mean, And it makes me wonder, makes me think, what does that mean really? I don't know. I don't know, and I hope you weren't waiting for me to have some profound rebuttal to that. I don't do too many things profoundly, but I don't know what that means. And leave a comment if you think what is that going to change anything? I don't believe that it would. So and this is the last point I had in my notebook here. I believe that even here, if he wins this court case, and Bigfoot is a documented, living, breathing species to be protected in British Columbia, I am positive that the naysayers and the ones that just don't believe any of this stuff that he's coming out with, even he wins the court case, I believe that people are so entrenched in the thought that he's faking and frauding and trying to pull the wool over everyone's eyes, that I don't think it's going to make a difference. It'll make a difference to me because at least somebody in a seat of power actually had the cojones to actually pass a law. Like that would impress me. More than him winning the court case, a judge coming down and saying, yes, we will recognize Bigfoot as a species and let's keep it protected. And that's impressive. But those that just don't believe, it will not matter whether he wins that court case or not. Now, on a little side note, I got to show you guys something. If you stayed to the end of the video, I'm going to show you something. I just purchased this the other day. This is an audio recorder, right? It is an Olympus VN541PC. It's a cool little recorder that I am going to leave out. This was cheap too, guys. This was only $35 or $40. I just got it the other day. So I tested it out and I put it in this Ziploc bag because I'm going to leave it out overnight tonight. And it records just fine inside the bag. No problems whatsoever. So I'm going to find, I know the spot where I want to leave it. I tried to come out here yesterday or Wednesday and leave it out, but I got caught out in the dark and I couldn't get to the spot where I wanted to, and I had to retreat because I was scared of getting caught in the dark. So today I've got I got plenty of daylight out. It's only 2 o'clock, so I cut out of work a little early because it was freezing. It's freezing here, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna take this, put it in the bag, and I'm gonna pick out. I know right where I want to put it. I'm gonna leave it in a spot that is familiar to me, so when I have to go back and retrieve it, I'll know right where to go. But I'm going to leave it in a spot. I think I'm going to take you guys with me, and you guys will see right where I put it. But it's an area, it's an angry area where I have seen, where I see these tree breaks, multiples, 3 or 4, right in a row that are just blatantly snapped about 6 or 7 feet up, or I might be exaggerating, 5 feet, but whatever. I'm going to go off the trail and walk about maybe 50 yards into the woods. And there's a lot of sign I see in this area, in this particular area. And I'm just going to leave this overnight. And with my caveman, abilities, I'm going to have to sit and listen to this thing. So if the batteries lasts till tomorrow, say till 2 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to have to listen to 24 hours of this. Oh, whatever. Is that my math right? Well, I'm going to have to listen to all the audio or until the battery runs out in this thing. I'm not sure of how to do it. It did come with a small cord that I can plug into my computer. And I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, if I can put an app on my laptop that shows the the audio, how you can see when a noise is happening. Maybe I can run through it quicker, and whenever I see activity on the audio, I can hone in on just that area. But other than that, I'm going to have to sit and listen to this thing for hours and hours, and it might take me a while to actually sit and listen to whatever this thing picks up. But I'm really interested. And again, I want to show you guys. It's a cool little thingamajig here that all you do is you turn it on and push the button up. So it can't be pushed on accident. I like that you push the button up and then it starts to record. And then you can play it back and whatever, fast forward, rewind it. And so I'm interested how this works out. So I can't wait to let you guys know if I found anything or not. And I definitely will. You guys believe it. When I have to sit and go through this for 24 hours or something like that, then you'll be knowing about it because I'll be whining like a big old baby that I had to sit here and listen to this thing for hours and hours. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. Again, I really hope you guys had an awesome Thanksgiving. And thank you again. Be grateful. And I'll definitely see you guys on the next one.